This is Don DeBartolo, a senior commodities broker and market strategist with Daniels Trading in Chicago. I'm also the trader behind the Trade Spotlight advisory service. Trade Spotlight's broken up into three segments: Trade Spotlight Futures, Trade Spotlight Commodity Options, Trade Spotlight Future Spreads, but it's all one advisory. This is Beyond the Spotlight, a video that spotlights two or three markets that may become trading opportunities for this week. This week begins with Monday, January 11th, 2021, the second full week back after the holidays, so looking to get back to some normal market conditions. Please pause the video and read the disclosures to understand the risks involved with futures and commodity options trading. Let's jump right into our first chart. This is the March 2021 feeder cattle. And I have a large 1, 2, 3 top formation in place. This is a trend reversal formation. Though you can see this is my MACD indicator. The trend is relatively flat. And that is noticeable by this trading range I've drawn off as well. We're within this range. We've got some moving averages converging near price action. So as of right now, the trend is flat. I want to see the trend turn to the downside before taking a short trade. That can occur on a break of this pivot point low. That low is 134.85 from January 5th. I do like seeing the 20-day moving average pointed down. This is my 50-day moving average. So a crossover of these two moving averages is a bearish signal. Also, my momentum is slightly up. This is my stochastic indicator showing just a slight edge to the upside in momentum. I want to see the momentum actually get back up at least into the mid-level and then hook back over. So just putting this on the radar. It may take some days, maybe a week, but we'll keep focus on the March 2021 feeder cattle market for a short entry opportunity. There is a season to be short going into February in this market. Moving along to the next chart, this is March 2021 Canadian dollar. I have a trend line drawn off going back to this pivot point low. That low is 74.60 from October 29th. And then today's trading session, I redid the charts for today's trading session as we have a sell-off in a lot of the markets, stock market, currencies, physical commodities. So we're getting a rollover of a lot of these markets. Canadian dollar is one of them. So I'm using today's low as a point on my trend line. I did previously have these lows here. The one I have an ellipse over is 77.20 and a half. That was the low from the 21st of December. But I want to adjust a little bit. I want to see it close below this trend line for a potential selling opportunity. You can see my MACD indicator is turning to the downside. The stochastics indicator, a momentum indicator, is showing strong downside momentum. The 20-day moving average is turning over. So just a close below this trend line, and we'll put an order in to sell this contract. So that can come as early as this evening. Stop loss would potentially go above this 12-month contract high. That high is 79.19 from the 6th of January. Though with this trend line being around 78, you are taking on over $1,000 of risk, $1,200, perhaps even $1,300. So that would be maybe just an initial stop loss, or we can use some of these other highs here, because if it does take out these highs, there's a good chance we'll go test that 12-month contract high or break through it. So pay attention for the March 21 Canadian dollar. Could have a trade set up as early as this evening. Third and final chart I want to look at for this video is the March 2021 soybean oil. Here's another market I like to the downside. I'm sensing a theme here. I have a trend line drawn off. We're not quite near there at this time, and I don't think I'll wait for a close below this trend line. My trend indicator is flipping over. Strong downside momentum. The only thing is my moving averages are all pointed up, but I may look to take a short opportunity here soon. Would like to see maybe one up day and then setting up a pivot point low that we can sell the contract through. Stop loss would go above the 12-month contract high. That high is 45.27 from the 6th of January, so just last week. But there's a lot of room to go on the soybean oil. I looked at dailies, weeklies, and monthly charts, and I believe the market has the opportunity to get back down to, this support level, which comes in about, you can see, 38.66 is that 50-day moving average, and there's some session highs that come into place and some session lows. You can see the market getting down into that level, so that's about 450 points from where we're trading currently. If we can break through this level, then we're looking at potentially down to the 33 price level. So stay tuned for March 2021 soybean oil. Here's another trade that can happen as early as this evening. Quick look at what the advisory service looks like. Again, it's 3 segments, but it's all one advisory, so you get emails in all 3 segments. So here's a Trade Spotlight options. It's an email service. You'll get the email. There's a timestamp when the trade recommendation comes out, a write-up of the trade, precise entry and exit orders, so you know risk-reward parameters going into the trade, and a chart that you can click open to view larger. If you're not following the Trade Spotlight, I encourage you to do so. I do provide a 90-day trial offer. Any clients of mine of the firm, it is a free service to you. Just go to danielstrading.com, click on the Advisories tab, and then under Technical Analysis, you'll find Trade Spotlight. You can see recent posts and subscribe. If you have any questions on the 3 charts I discussed, Trade Spotlight, or just the markets in general, feel free to reach out. Here's my local work cell, toll-free, and email address. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. Happy trading.